so panikatanga kuimba kakari banduzi kuti ngwashi 2012
okay
13
okay saka kuti mnyazoimba chicha nchanyatsoitika chese
ngoma una ngoma chi ngoma.
Before Enzo Ishall became a bigger figure in dancehall without even an album and toured countries like Dubai, Cyprus, Australia, UK and South Africa in not more than a year after he gained the spotlight. Before Enzo Ishall had 3 million views on YouTube, 64,000 followers on Facebook and 165,000 followers on Instagram at the time of this recording. Before Enzo Ishall bought himself a Mercedes-Benz, after which a lot of reports were coming out saying Qsport have been taking much of his juice so he can't buy himself a car. Before Enzo Ishall became business-minded and to be the next Jay-Z of Zimbabwe dancehall by launching his own Enzo Ishall dishwashing liquid and hand sanitizers. Hello guys, welcome back to ZimCloud TV. Let's talk about Enzo Ishall before they were famous after this intro. Born Zimbabwean dancehall sensation Enzo Ishall, real name Stephen Kudzanai Mamere, was born on 23 April in 1994 and is currently 26 years old at the time of this recording. Growing up, life wasn't easy for Enzo Ishall since his mother passed away in 1999 and at the time he was 5 years old and he had to rely on his father for survival. Enzo Ishall did his primary education in Braeside, where his father was renting, and for high school he attended Churchill Boys High School from 2007 to 2013 because that's where he attended his A-Level 2. During the time of his high school, Enzo Ishall was always freestyling wherever he was, and his friends encouraged him to go professional as his talent was outside of this world. In 2010, when he was doing his Form 3, some producer came across his work and offered to record his first professional song at Knockout Records. He went into the studio and did his first single and people loved it. Enzo Ishall received an overwhelming response. However, because of this, Enzo Ishall did not turn his back on school since his father was a strict man and emphasized the importance of excelling in school, so he did not put much interest in music. Instead, he treated music as a hobby. In 2011, Enzo Ishall passed his ordinary level and proceeded to do his A-level studies. In 2012, they relocated from Braeside to Masasa Park and then to Sunningdale. During this time, the Mbare dancehall was gaining full strength as the likes of Sekelas, Killer T, Kina and Soldier Love were all rising, and this contributed much to the rise of Enzo Ishall. He was quoted saying, "During this time, the musician in me felt connected to the movement." Sunningdale was very close to Mbare, so at times Enzo Ishall would make trips to see these trailblazers in action. His father, noticing his son's interest in music growing, he was always cautioning him against abandoning schoolwork, but the microphone trade had long set its claws into the chanter, resulting in him disregarding the message. Enzo Ishall would periodically sneak out for home gigs in local bars and pasa events. His father would hear from his colleagues and neighbors that his son was pulling crowds at gigs, but he found it difficult to believe since he believed his son would be in bed. In 2013, the A-level results came out and Enzo Ishall passed with 7 points. Enzo Ishall wanted to go to university, but in 2014 it so happened that he impregnated his girlfriend Trish Tatenda Chamaira. After that, he had new responsibilities to handle and he abandoned the idea of going to university. In 2015, he moved out of his father's house and started living alone with his pregnant girlfriend at a house he was renting in Mavuku. Things were looking badly for Enzo Ishall and he was forced to look for a job. Fortunately, he found one at Brita Chemicals, but it only lasted for 6 months as Enzo Ishall was reacting badly to the chemicals he got exposed to. End of 2016, Enzo Ishall was homeless and sick, and at this point life was very difficult for him as he could not afford rent and to take care of his family as his wife had given birth to his son Nene Ishall. Enzo made friendship with a guy called Munashe Gondokondo who understood his passion for music and also realized he was sick. Munashe provided Enzo Ishall with groceries for the family. Enzo Ishall's grandmother invited him to stay at her house, which was also in Mavuku, and things got better for Enzo Ishall. During this time, Enzo Ishall was penning a lot of songs, and his other track Chita Kwachu was featured on Panmanyamun Rhythm sometime later. Enzo Ishall approached Fantan and Levels, Chillspot famous producers, with Chita Kwachu track, and they loved it, and they told him they had a better plan to release the track, and coincidentally they were working on a rhythm, and Levels suggested to him that he record a song on that rhythm, and the rest was history. At that point, Enzo Ishall never stopped, and he was all about releasing hits. His Kanjiva video won the 2018 Coca-Cola ZBC Top 50 Best Video, beating Japraise's Damtsana Tsana and Baba Harare The Reason Why. In 2019, Enzo Ishall released 50 Magate, Mama, Gwati, Biza, which all made their way into the hit list. Enzo Ishall is one of the biggest dancehall artists in the game right now. At the time of this recording, Enzo Ishall has toured countries like Cyprus, Dubai, UK, Australia, and South Africa. In Zimbabwe, most of his songs are the new anthem. In 2019, Enzo purchased his first car, Mercedes-Benz. Enzo Ishall was said to be under Prophet Passion, but they had a fair off because some of the promises made to him were never met. In 2020, he signed a lucrative deal with T-Mac Promotions, and he is said to be earning monthly salaries besides shows and endorsements.
On the move. But people need to understand that T-Mac Promotions, as the new management of Enzo Ishall, it's not your typical management that you're used to in our beautiful nation of Zimbabwe, but rather it is a company that has allocated different experts from different industries to help build the brand of Enzo.
Enzo Ishall also launched his Ishall dishwashing liquid and hand sanitizers in February 2020, and for Enzo Ishall, 2020 has come with a lot of blessings. He has released songs like Mwenje, Urukuchureiko, and Diwonereo, which have been accepted well by the fans, and is said to be releasing another track with Oskid, and life under T-Mac Promotions seems to be good for Enzo Ishall. So we have finally come to the end of our video. Thanks for watching. If you are new to the channel and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you do so, and don't forget to like, comment and turn on your bell icon so that whenever I upload another video, you will be notified.